Thank you very much. So before we get to the interesting stuff in terms of augmented reality, I have the pleasure on behalf of IFIT to present briefly what we are doing. And hopefully this is also of interest for you. So IFIT is the International Federation for IT and Travel and Tourism. And the mission is we want to share knowledge and experience and a passion for ICT and tourism. And this is also why we introduced or launched these IFITTalks. So this is a new initiative we introduced this year, and thankfully to Timothy and his team and everybody supporting it, this is also taking place in Manchester. We had other IFITTalks taking place in Sri Lanka and Colombo, and there is one the day after tomorrow in Novi Sad in Serbia. So it's quite a good initiative, actually. The idea is to bring different people together. It should be not just academia focused, it should be actually relevant for the industry. Because if we do things which are not relevant for the industry, there is basically no point at the end, right? So we need to bridge this gap between industry and academia. Well, this is one of our goals we want to do. Yeah, and in general, we want to be responsible for the society at large and to ensure scientific excellence, of course, while bridging this gap with the industry. I also would like to introduce you to the president of IFIT, who is also a UNESCO chair in ICT and the director of the Institute for Communication and Technologies. And he actually recorded a short message for you. And hopefully it's going to work. This is the thing.
I'm very happy and honored to welcome all of you to this IFIT-supported event. IFIT is the International Federation for IT and Travel and Tourism, the largest organization in the e-tourism field. Our association, IFIT, gathers together not only people from the academia, but also policymakers, as well as a wealth of people from the industry at large, ranging from hotel managers and communication specialists to destination managers and consulting companies, as well as the large spectrum of web agencies, search engine optimization agencies, etc. I would love to invite you to consider to become active members in our IFIT community and to share and benefit from all the benefits of our members. In particular, I would like to stress all the materials we are sharing in a section called IFIT Education within our website. Additionally, we organize every year a major international event called ENTER, which is every year devoted to the study and reflection and experience sharing about e-tourism. So enjoy this event, and I'm looking forward to meeting you online and at the next ENTER conference.
Okay, so this was Lorenzo introducing himself and IFIT as well. The organization is also supported by kind of very famous people in tourism and outside tourism. One of them is Taleb Rifai, the Secretary General of the United Nations World Tourism Organization. Only recently he recorded a message to the community on the Tourism Day. You can have a look at it yourself on our YouTube channel if you are interested in this. In terms of IFIT members, in terms of countries, it's like an international organization. The country with most members is Switzerland, followed by Italy, and UK is already number 3. And as you can see, basically it's really all over the world. It's China as well as United States, Germany, Japan, South Africa, so there are people from everywhere. In terms of the main interest fields, we have not only tourism people, but also computer scientists and information system people who are interested in it. And we created this little tag cloud, which, of course, e-marketing, destination, social, smart activities, analytics, so all the kind of buzzwords in our industry are interesting for the community as well. And this, of course, is very dynamic because as the field is very dynamic as well. The main activities, Lorenzo mentioned it a little bit already. We have quite a lot of events, such like this IFITTtalk at Manchester here. There are the next ones, another one today is going on smart tourism destinations in Italy. Then we have an IFITTtalk in Novi Sad, Serbia. Another one is in Helsinki, Finland. Then the biggest event basically we have is the ENTA conference. It's an annual conference next year taking place in Spain, Bilbao. So the place is kind of moving around the world, actually at the moment mainly in Europe, but moving anyway. So then we have big data and business intelligence in the travel and tourism domain. We also support the next generation, so there is a next generation IFIT, but also ISCONTOUR, which is a student conference where we try to get the students who are passionate about academia to continue kind of working in academia and developing knowledge in this field. And the final one we have here is Tourism and Cultural Landscape Tours, a sustainable approach which is going to take place in Hungary. Then we provide IFIT interviews, which are basically little videos on YouTube where experts are talking on certain topics. So very advanced scholars as well as experts from industry who speak on chosen topics. And Hangouts on Air, as I said, Hangouts on Air is something we introduced only recently as well. And basically the idea is to have one every other month or every 3 months. And so far we had one on big data and analytics, which of course is one of the developing themes and which is getting more and more important. Another one on smart tourism. Important also in terms of education are MOOCs, which is multi-online MOOCs, whatever. You know it anyway what it is. So, we have Jamie Murphy, who is a kind of the leading expert in terms of MOOCs in tourism. And he developed an entire list of different levels of tourism, e-learning courses, and he gathered all the things together which are available all over the world. So this list is also available in the members area of IFIT, so that people can take advantage of these available courses. And actually there is will be another one going on today, later from 5:30 to 5:50, together with Timothy and other colleagues, and we are going to talk about augmented reality as a follow-up of this event. And this is going to be live broadcasted, but it will also be recorded and is available on YouTube as well. Then we have an IFIT wiki, and this is basically experts in the field, again, scholars as well as industry experts, put together information just like a normal Wikipedia, but related to e-tourism. In terms of IFIT education, IFIT Wiki is just one example. We also have a digital library. This is available for all members, where you would have access to the most important proceedings in our fields, which are the ENTA proceedings, as well as the articles or abstracts from the most important journal, which is the Journal of Information Technology and Tourism. So this is the digital library. And then we also have an e-tourism map, which is from 21 universities worldwide. The research going on in the field is published on this map. So this is also accessible for members. And all this information and more details can be found, of course, on our IFIT website, as well as on all the different social media channels, which everybody is using anyway. So a little bit more on the ENTA conference. The last one was in Lugano, Switzerland. And as you can see, the IFIT mission to kind of close this gap between industry and academia can also be seen in the participants of this conference. as there are 38% industry and 45% from academia, which always is kind of a good discussion between the two groups to understand what the industry needs, and so that we, in terms of research, don't research just too theoretical away from what everybody is needing anyway. The next one is going to take place in Bilbao, Spain, beginning of February. And the highlights of the conference are always the keynote speakers. We invite keynote speakers from the field, but also from outside the field. Like we had Google, for example, talking there, or people from Harvard who are dealing with big data, for example, or topics which are highly relevant for the industry. Then we have a PhD workshop, which is again for the next generation, where we try to provide feedback to new PhDs in all different kind of levels, actually, to increase their passion about academia and the field as well, so they stay in our field and don't leave to other areas. And important or interesting for you might also be IFIT prizes and awards. We always have an outstanding industry contribution award for small enterprises, and everybody can apply for this. For this year it's already closed, but next year it will be open again. And there are two groups in there. So it's startups is one group, and the other group is for established enterprises. And this might be interesting maybe for some organizations to get this award and recognition in the community and outside as well. And for destinations, there is always an Innovative Destination Award, where destinations then try to convince their community to vote for them, and those with the highest amount of votes, they win the award at the end. So this is the Enter eTourism conference. To sum everything up, you have quite a lot of benefits being a member of IFIT, basically. One, of course, is to increase knowledge by accessing all these publications in the education area of IFIT. And also during discussions, like here at IFITTalk, it is important to discuss things, to think outside of just our own perspective, to understand what other people are thinking about things, and maybe what we think in our own little world is not always the entire answer for things. So sharing this experience and everything is very important, locally as well as globally. Networking and staying informed. We have IFIT Intro Networks, which is a platform where everybody can put his name and also what you're doing in terms of your profession, what you're looking for, and then we visualize this on a map, and basically you can see people who are very close to your profile and other people who are further away, and maybe if you're looking for something, you can find a person in this area easily on this visual with the different profiles of different people. And you also get updates of different things in our newsletter, which is bi-monthly. So in this newsletter, we again report what IFIT community is doing, but also interesting aspects, what's going on in the industry. So again, trying to bridge this gap between industry and academia. And you also get a lot of kind of opportunities in terms of discounts and support, one of which is these IFITTalks, which Timothy and his team, for example, took advantage of. But we also have innovation funds. We support countries from developing countries to have a chance to participate, for example, in the conference or in other events, and discounted registration fee for interconference is also an advantage, of course. Then the next call for IFITTalks is not yet out, but it's going to be out next year, so in the first quarter of next year. We don't know yet exactly when. And it's going to be again on a first come, first serve basis. Again, there will be the two options of having a half-day event or a full-day event with a different amount of support. And those who organized an event already have to take a 1-year break. Sorry, Timothy. Because otherwise they would be just too fast to apply again, and nobody else would have a chance. At the ENTER conference, we award Best IFITTtalk award for those who got the most recognition on social media. So tweeting and Facebook posts will be looked at, and also other media coverage, and the one who got the most media coverage is going to receive this award from this year, awarded 2016. If you're interested in more information, of course, we have more information on the website with the so far still the old call, but it's going to be very similar, so you can have a look at it if you are interested in. These are the contact details, the website, and Nadia is doing all our admin things, so if you have any questions, she will be happy to answer the questions, and of course myself as well. Thank you very much, and I hope you have a lovely event.